Okay, so everything has been cooking down for about 15 minutes now, and it's really nice and soft. So I'm going to go ahead and fill it up with, ooh, there goes the steam. I'm going to go ahead and fill it up with about 12 cups of water. So this pot I don't really have to measure because it happens to be about 12 cups on its own. So if you have a larger pot, you might want to measure it out. But it makes quite a bit of soup here. So we have that. I'm going to put it back on the stove over here. And turn the knob up to high. So now that it's back on the stove, what I'm going to do is add about 2 tablespoons of tamari, just to help with the saltiness. And then I'm going to add our bouillon cubes. I like to use this brand. It's Rapunzel vegan bouillon cubes. And I use 2 of those in this. And they're kind of, this brand happens to be kind of like a, it's hard to explain. It's kind of like a oily consistency to them. So what I like to do is just crumble them up right into it. Because if you just drop them in whole, I feel like they take too long to break down. So by crumbling them, it makes it a little bit easier. They break down a little more quickly. So you're just going to crumble 2 of those in there. And again, it's on high. So it should be coming to a boil relatively quickly. And in the meantime, I'm just going to rinse my hands. And then I'm going to show you how I do the seitan. So, I'll take you with me. Let's go over here. And in my cupboard here, I have some Vital Wheat gluten. And we're just going to bring that over here. So into a bowl, here's the bowl. I'm going to put about 1 cup of the Vital Wheat gluten. And if I can just get my camera situated here. Alright, sorry about this. Okay. Got the camera situated. So into this bowl, I'm going to go ahead and put the Vital Wheat gluten. Got 1 cup here. That's how much the recipe calls for. Okay. And then the seitan can be tricky if you've never made it before. But if you've made it before, it's even less tricky. So I'm going to go ahead and just add water to this right from the sink. And then I'll show you what I do. So you see, you add the water, and it's kind of like, it doesn't look like it really comes together or anything like that. But you want to just massage it with your hand like this. You definitely don't want to overwork it, because I find that when people have rubbery seitan, which I've had on more than one occasion, especially when I was first trying to make seitan on my own, it was just, it's not that easy to make, just starting out, especially if you've never made it before. So you can see it's kind of like a almost like an oatmeal consistency right now. And I think I said somewhere on my blog that you actually, especially for what we're using it for right now, it's almost impossible to add too much water. And I'll show you why. Once it starts to sit for a minute or two, after you've kind of just massaged it with your fingertips, let it sit for a second or two. And what's going to happen is, you'll see it'll start to almost curdle here. See the curdle? And you can actually hold it in your hand and just let the excess water drain, and now you have a whole piece here. So what we can do with that whole piece is crumble it into the soup. So while it may seem like it's not the right consistency at first, trust me, you want it to be kind of oatmeal-y, and that'll give it a really nice tender consistency. So, what we're going to do is just squeeze out any excess. Don't squeeze too hard or else you'll squeeze the seitan right out of your hand. And then you go over to your soup and you literally just crumble it right into the soup, just like this. Crumble little bitty pieces, just like the little bitty pieces of chicken that would be in there. So, show you again. Just let the water drain. Got some seitan. And then crumble, crumble, crumble right into the soup. And then, once all of our seitan is finished, I'm just going to go ahead and take the lid, put it on, turn the heat down to medium, and then we're going to wait about 30 minutes and then it should be finished.